and welcome to English Classes TV Shows Explained.
Hello.
So today we're looking at Family Guy, Series 1, Episode 1, and today we're going to go through some words and phrases and idiomatic expressions that you might not have understood. Okay, so the first word we have is tattle. It's usually to tattle on somebody.
Yeah, to tattle someone is to tell off someone.
No, tell on someone.
Tell on.
Yeah, so we talked about this in previous episode, I believe.
Yes.
Like brothers and sisters, and they go to your mother and you say, he did this. It's to tattle. Huh? Okay, what does folks mean?
Folks it's very popular expression. It's like to say guys or...
Yeah, guys or
it's
people.
Like pop and also parents. Maybe.
Yeah, folks can be your parents as well, my folks, my old folks.
Very common expression, isn't it?
You have old folks as well, with the elderly people, or an old folks home as well. Okay, what about womb?
I believe it's the same thing as uterus is.
Yes, I believe it's the same.
It's not the same because it's also for animal word. I mean, it's like this bag that kangaroos has on their stomachs, and they had little kangaroo inside.
Maybe, yes. So a womb is where the baby gestates.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's where the baby grows. Okay, what is a stag party?
Yes.
Can you tell me what a stag is? Do you know what a stag is?
Stag is an unmarried man, isn't he?
No. No. It's a
a
bachelor.
Okay.
It's also called a bachelor party, you're right.
It's quite a kind of animal?
Yes. It's a male deer, or some of those male animals. It's the animals that have big antlers. So a stag is like a very male animal. So a stag party
is the party that bachelor has the night before his wedding. It's like last party with his friends.
Yeah.
Until he's married and he cannot go anywhere, never, ever more.
Exactly, yeah.
And
so,
sorry.
For women, yeah, you can tell me what it is for women?
Yeah, it's a hen party, isn't it?
Yeah, and what does hen mean then?
Hen is chicken's wife, isn't it?
Well, female chicken.
Female chicken.
Hen is a female chicken, and some might say that hens are very feminine and that stags are very masculine. Although maybe they have those stereotypes at least.
I would pick different animal.
Okay. What about wasted? What does wasted mean?
Well, I believe that in this particular episode we are talking about how Peter is feeling the next day after the party. So he's completely wasted, he's completely drunk.
No.
Okay.
No, you've got it. It's connected to the party. It's how Peter feels during the party.
Okay.
Wasted is a synonym for drunk.
Yes.
Yeah. There may be one or two more of those later on. I can see at least one. Okay, hot. What does hot mean?
Hot is a very high temperature.
Yes, of course. And why are they drinking until the Statue of Liberty is hot then? Until the Statue of Liberty increases in its temperature? Or?
No, it's also how to describe someone that's very attractive and sexy.
Yeah, exactly. Attractive, sexy, hot. Yeah. Okay. What about set an example? What does set an example mean?
To set an example is to show someone how to behave.
Exactly. Usually a good example. So you behave in a good way. For example, your parents or your older brother will behave in a certain way to set an example to you, to show you how to behave. Yeah? Okay, stick to. What does stick to mean?
Okay, you stick to something or to somebody. So it means that you are... Okay, if you stick to somebody, it means that you are close to the person. But if you stick to something, is that the thing became like your routine or something like that, isn't it?
Stick to, yes. It's kind of like maintain something as part of your routine, or not to change something. So you say you're going to do something and you stick to it. Or you have a routine and you stick to it. You continue doing that thing. Yeah, and not do another thing. Okay, I think this is relatively simple. Put food on the table. What does this mean?
It's to provide a family.
Yeah, provide for the family, not necessarily just in food, but provide the necessary money.
Yeah.
Yeah? You could also describe someone as being the breadwinner. That means someone who earns the money, who earns enough money for the family to survive. So that's a breadwinner. Okay, G.I. Jew. This is a strange little joke they had.
Yeah.
What's that a parody of? What's that a reference
G.I.
to?
Jane, isn't it?
G.I. Joe.
Oh, Joe.
G.I. Joe is the principal one. Who's like he's a doll, but he's for boys. He's like an army doll, and the kids can play with him, and he's got little movable hands, and he has no genitalia. Very famously, yeah.
Is it so famous?
Yes,
It's
yes.
so relevant, I mean?
Yes, you could say, you sometimes make reference to him being like G.I. Joe down there, meaning he has no genitalia. Or a man who's not very strong, you could say he's like G.I. Joe down there, he's got no balls, you know, nothing, he's just got a smooth area.
Like Barbies.
Yeah. Okay, and G.I. Jew means a Jewish person, and it's kind of a parody. So instead of being like a commando, he's more of a Jewish stereotype. Yeah? Negligence. What does negligence mean then?
To neglect is to don't take care about something and to leave it unattended.
Yeah, exactly. And in this case, we're talking about his negligence gets him fired from work.
Yeah,
So
lack of attention.
Lack of attention to his job is negligence, and something has happened that's gone wrong. Something bad has happened because of his negligence, because he was not paying attention. Okay, canned. We've got canned and fired. What do canned and fired mean?
Fired is got sacked.
Get sacked, get the sack. Yeah, lose your job.
Yeah.
And canned?
I don't know.
Canned is also to lose your job.
Okay.
But canned is very American. They use it a lot in America, canned. Not so much in England. But fired, yes, we use in England. But, yeah. Okay. Budget. What does budget mean?
Budget is amount of money that you have and it's destined for something.
Yeah, the money that's set aside to do something. So you have a budget. So for example, you're going shopping, you set yourself a budget of say €100 or £100 or whatever, and that's the amount of money you're going to spend, and you won't spend any more. Or when they build something, you have a budget to build something or to do something as well. There's money set aside in order to do that thing. Jolly, what does jolly mean?
It's like fun.
Yeah, it's happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's adjective.
Yeah, to be jolly.
Okay.
Yeah. What about to tuck in at night? We're talking about to tuck somebody in. What do you do there?
I don't know.
It's like put them to bed. To tuck in is to put something in something else to make it usually a bit neater. So you put something and then you, like the bedclothes, you take the bed sheets and you put them under the mattress and you tuck them in so they're nice and neat. So when you put someone in bed at night, you put them in bed like a child and then you tuck the sheets in like that. But it can be metaphorical as well, you know. It's taking someone and putting them to bed for the night like a child. Okay, what about jester?
I don't know what jester is.
A jester, this is a bit of an old-fashioned word. This is like in medieval times, for example, you would have like an entertainer, someone who would wear those traditional sort of outfits with the three pointy hats and the very colourful outfit and the bells on the end of their hats, and they would make people laugh. So it's an old-fashioned sort of term. And what is funny about the jester in Family Guy? What's funny about it?
Don't remember.
It's because the guy who's the jester is Seinfeld, who's a very famous comedian in America. He had his own TV show, which was actually the most popular TV show in America at the time. It was very popular. So he was a stand-up comedian who did a show, and in the show he played a stand-up comedian. So he was a very famous stand-up comedian. Okay, at bay. What does at bay mean? To keep something at bay.
I don't know.
At bay is to keep something away, you know, not coming too close to you.
Okay.
You push someone away or stop something getting too close, you keep it at bay. Okay, the next one is Lois says, what the beep? Yeah, but what the beep?
What the heck?
Yeah, I don't think she was saying what the heck. She was saying what the fuck. So what does what the fuck mean?
It's like, what's happening in here?
Yeah, it's to express.
She's surprised.
To express surprise.
But not positive surprise.
No, it's like when you're shocked by something bad happening. You say, "What the fuck?" Yeah, quite angry. Okay, pissed. What does pissed mean?
It's to make someone angry.
Yeah, it can mean that. It's in America we'd say. In America they would say pissed. To be pissed, I'm pissed. But in English we'd say pissed off. And what does pissed mean in English?
I don't know.
It means drunk.
Okay.
It's another word for drunk. So in American English, pissed means angry, but in English, it'd more likely to mean drunk, and we would say pissed off for angry. Okay, what about John? What does John mean?
It's toilet, isn't it?
Yeah, John, it was very American, this. Yeah, it's a little bit vulgar. I'm going to go use the John. Yeah? So that's a word it's not a normal word you would use, but yes, very American that. A blimp, what is a blimp?
I believe it's kind of sound. That's something...
That's bleep. Blimp?
Okay.
A blimp is like, it's a machine, it's like a vehicle that flies through the air, and it usually contains helium, and it floats like an airship.
Okay.
And it usually flies over stadiums and things like that. So it's like a recreational vehicle. Yeah, okay, sag. What does sag mean?
I don't know what sag is.
To sag is when something becomes softer, starts to fall down like this, to sag. Yeah, so something goes lower, becomes softer maybe. Like maybe for example, well, a classic example is breasts, okay, but another example could be like a washing line. You have a washing line like this, and then you put the washing on and the washing line starts to do this.
Okay.
So the line sags. Okay, steamed. What does steamed mean?
To steam is a way of cooking.
Yes, exactly, yeah.
With steam, obviously.
Yeah, with steam. What does it mean in this context? I warned you there'd be words like this that would be coming up, so what does it mean?
Something not very good.
It's another word that has a meaning that we have an awful lot of in English. There's millions and millions of words which mean the same thing in English. It means drunk.
Okay.
So today we've seen three words for drunk already. We've seen wasted, we saw pissed, and steamed. Drunk, very drunk.
Okay.
Okay, to screw up. What does to screw up mean?
It's to destroy something or to...
Not necessarily destroy something.
Yeah. Help me.
To make a mistake. If you screw up, it's to make a mistake. It's quite strong. It's a little bit vulgar. Yeah. It's a bit like fuck up. To fuck up. To make a mistake. To screw up.
Yeah, we talked previously about fuck up.
Yeah. Fuck and screw have similar meanings. Especially in American English, they use the word screw to mean the same as fuck in a literal sense. Okay, off the hook. What does off the hook mean?
Something that's not fashionable anymore.
No.
I made it out.
You made that up. Now, off the hook is when you're in a big problem, or you've got something hanging over you, something that's going to happen to you, and then you're let off, so you've no longer got the problem. You're off the hook.
Okay.
So, for example,
You're relieved.
You're relieved. You go like, for example, I go to court, and I go to a court hearing, and I think I'm going to be found guilty, and I'm very nervous. I'm like, oh, I'm going to be found guilty, and then eventually the judge says, no more murders, Peter. Kill no more people. And I said, phew. I thought I was going to jail, but I'm off the hook. Yeah. Okay. What about blooper? This is relevant to us. We've got a lot of bloopers on our computer, hidden away. What's a blooper?
I don't know.
You should know. You're the queen of bloopers.
I'm sorry.
A blooper is a mistake. Like when you're making a film or a TV program, or a YouTube video maybe.
Oh, maybe.
And you make a mistake, and then they say cut, 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 there's been a mistake, and then you have to re-record it. So people fluff their lines, or people stop laughing, or things like that. Bloopers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and finally, tongue twister. What is a tongue twister?
Tongue twisters are complicated words that when they go together they are almost impossible to pronounce, like książ brzmi w trzcinie.
Is that Polish?
Oh, yes.
We have the classic examples like she sells seashells on the seashore, which is very difficult to say.
Mine was more difficult.
Only because Polish is incredibly difficult.
Okay, after we finish the video, we will talk about it.
Okay. Okay, so that's it for today. That's all the words. Any other questions? Anything else you're not quite sure about? Any other doubts? Don't hesitate to put some comments in the comment section below asking me, and we can put another video explaining the other words that you don't understand, or anything that I've said, or anything that Agatha's said that you don't understand. Also, you can ask us about any doubts. Okay, we'll see you next time.
Looking forward to see you.
Bye bye.